Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I had another great video for you. Today, I'm going to tackle how to identify the evil intentions. Now, we live in a world where evil is all around us, and a lot of people aren't able to see the intentions because of the people that are next to us. And some of the people that are giving off these intentions could be close family members, could be close friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, wives, all the different things. And it doesn't mean that they're actually even trying to. It could be this is just things that they were taught. So it's a lot of different factors. And we must identify what the intentions are, what it looks like, so we are able to counterattack it. We can kind of keep it in its place and put it on blast, so to speak, and literally just confront it, say, hey, hold up. And what you would do is you would literally stop the person or stop that intention from trying to take over your life by you controlling your life, you controlling that situation, and letting it be known what you will do and what you won't do according to God's will. Now, I'm going to jump into it, and I started last week with with Jesus and his walk and being tempted for the 40 days by Satan. So I'm going to continue here now, and I'm going to give Satan's side of how he works, how he thinks, how he approaches us to deceive us, to steal from us, to ultimately destroy us. So guys, stick with me. It's going to be a good one. Let's go. Now I'm going picking up again from chapter 4 of Matthew, verse 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read scripture, and I'm going to stop and I'm going to explain it and show you Satan's intentions, or the intentions of evil in your life, because Satan is a spirit, and he gives those thoughts, he gives that influence through our minds, through things around us, to get us to choose and act in that manner, to allow him to influence and use our minds and our bodies to do the evil or to portray those evil intentions. So once we are aware and know what it looks like and know when that spirit is around, we are able to identify it and counsel whatever assignment that intention or whatever that evil is trying to do in your life. So let's go. Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted there by the devil. For 40 days and 40 nights, he fasted and became very hungry. Now, basically, this is what's happening now. Jesus is fasting. Fasting represents you becoming one with yourself. Because if you can be out doing all you can in life, but once you get hungry, you're now thinking about self, like, ooh, my stomach is bubbling, or it's time to eat. See, you're paying attention to yourself. And fasting, ultimately what that does is that makes you become one with yourself, to listen to the thoughts of yourself, listen to what your spirit's saying. So this is what Jesus was up on the hill doing. He was fasting to become one with the Father, one with his spirit. And so, but I want you to understand this. The devil sees this as an opportunity. So let's continue reading. During that time that Jesus was in the wilderness, and for the 40 days and 40 nights he fasted and became very hungry. During that time, the devil came and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become loaves of bread." So basically, the first intention that Satan does is he attacks your weakness. Whatever weakness you may have in your life, whether if you're a man and your weakness is woman, whether your weakness is food or whatever it may be in life, that is what Satan is going to put in your life. That's what he's going to have people come around you. It's so simple, and we look at it like it's nothing. If you go to the doctor and he says that you have high blood pressure, but then you go out and you may have a family member come around you. You want to eat some. You want to have this fried chicken, or you want to eat this dessert. Go ahead. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to hurt you. Or you don't want to eat pork anymore, but you have somebody coming over. Hey, it's a little pork. A little pork ain't gonna hurt you. See, we have to watch it because it seems so simple as like that's nothing. You're right. Pork ain't gonna help me. Excuse me. Pork is not gonna hurt me. So but I want you to understand. I want you to understand those are intentions of evil. To find your weakness, things that you're trying to get away from, things that are harming you, things that will ultimately destroy you. If there's a weakness or a chance to get inside and expose that and exploit that in any type of way, evil is going to do it. Whether it's from food, whether it's from jobs or past things you've done in life that you've moved past from, and they're bringing it back up. Whether it's a beautiful woman and evil's looking, he's like, I see the way he looks at that woman, or I see the way he looks at women. Okay, that's his weakness. I'm going to bring a woman to him to distract her, whatever it may be, to ultimately lead you to your destruction. That's the goal of evil. That's the goal of Satan, is to lead you to destruction. And whatever weakness there is in your life, he's going to use that. Let's continue. But Jesus told him, no. The scriptures say, people do not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. That's how you counterattack that. You come straight forward to it like, hey, hold up. First and foremost, and so forth and so on. Let it be known, who you are and what you stand on. All right. Then the devil took him to the holy city, Jerusalem, to the highest point of the temple, and said, if you are the Son of God, jump off, for the scriptures say he will order his angels to protect you, and they will hold you up with their hands so you won't even hurt your foot on a stone. That's the next thing that Satan does. Satan is smart. He knows scriptures. So he's intelligent. Satan is smart. He understands the ways of God. So so basically he's hypocritical. He deceives is what Satan does. So basically, this is what he's doing right now. He's saying, if you're the Son of God, he's showing his intelligence here. So Satan is a smart one. He's smart. Don't play him weak. He's a smart one. And it's saying here, if you're the Son of God, jump off, for the scriptures say he will order the angels to protect you, and they will hold you up with their hands so you won't even hurt your foot on a stone. So he's trying to deceive Jesus to show himself. Listen, when you stand firm on who you are, and you're walking with God, and you're embracing his ways, you're embracing his ways and doing, his will in life, your purpose in life, you don't have to explain nothing to anyone. The relationship is between you and God, not between whatever man is sitting here trying to control you. Because ultimately, that's the intention of evil, is to control. And like I say, you may have people you care and love dearly around you, but and they're trying to control you, or they're trying to oppress you. And ultimately, that's a learned behavior from being oppressed. So we have to watch it. You have to be cautious and be aware of your surroundings. A lot of people, they aren't trying to do it purposely. A lot of people, it's just learned behavior. It's just a part of their character. It's part of who they are. But we have to be aware, and we have to understand what's going on, or what that person's trying to do. And we just stand firm, state our case, what the issue is, and maybe keep our distance, or maybe keep our eyes open, because hey, Satan is keeping our eyes open on us to see if he can inflict more evil intentions on us to ultimately try to destroy us. So let's continue. Now, Jesus responded, the scriptures also say, you must not test the Lord your God. So next the devil took him to the peak of a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. I will give it all to you, he said, if you will kneel down and worship me. There it is right there. The ultimate goal of what Satan is trying to do. He's trying to bring you into his authority, his rule, so he can control you and everything you do. That's what everything that he does. So I want to point out something very important. And it says here, the next thing, devil took him to the peak of a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. I will give it all to you, he said, if you will kneel down and worship me. He knows he's a deceiver. Satan is a outright deceiver. He's a stealer. He's prostituting and manipulating God's ways, and he's showing you superficial things. He's acting as if he has power that he really doesn't have. This is where he says, "I will give it all to you," he said. He's trying to give you something that belongs to God. And he's also giving an illusion. He's also giving fantasies that aren't real. That are illusions that if you walk into it, if you accept it, will vanish in front of your eyes. It's only a moment's notice. He just wants to control you. Once he gets that authority of choice that God gave you as your birthright when he created us, once he gets that control, then that's when he is able to lead you towards destruction. That is when he's able to use you to create chaos and destructions in other people's lives. He uses that. So ultimately with Jesus, he knew the power Jesus had. He knew the authority Jesus had that was given, that was ordained to him from God. So Satan was doing everything he can, from manipulating, deceiving, to lying, to showing fantasies and illusions to Jesus, to also make him think that he was actually in charge when Satan has no rule at all. He was doing everything he can to get control of Jesus' mind and his heart and have control of him to do his will opposed to doing God's will. This is Satan's intentions. This is what evil intentions look like. So just in today's modern term, because Satan is a spirit, so we as people, there are a lot of people out here embracing that spirit. There are a lot of people out here jumping to God and jumping back to the spirit. You have to choose and you have to walk out one way. You can't jump back and forth. It brings confusion, manipulation, and deception, all which are intentions of evil. If you walk with God and even jump to evil, at that point we become corrupted, and our intentions end up being corrupted, and our intentions will ultimately turn out to be evil, because when you walk with God, you have to walk with God. There's no taking a break and going, doing your own thing. Doing our own thing means we're doing Satan's things. There's only one or two ways you can go. So there's no doing our own thing. You're either going to do God's thing, or you're going to lean towards darkness, which is a representation of evil ways, evil intentions. So guys, we have to wake up to those ways. Be aware that evil is out here and it's looking to control you. And it could be somebody you love closely. It could be a stranger. But always the idea is for you to be aware, you to be intelligent. So when it comes and approaches you, don't flip out, don't go crazy. But you just use the authority God gave you from birth, and you let it be known. No, I don't do this. I won't do this. I'm not compromising for such and such. And it will back off. But don't forget, Satan is not a quitter. He doesn't give up. He will be back. He will be back. He will always come back. But it's always up for us to continue to keep fighting and lay our authority down that God has given us, from day one, from the birth. I love you guys. Keep your head up. Keep moving forward in life. Don't stop. Hey, and don't forget to embrace the struggle, because that's where the growth is. Later on, guys.